Hello and welcome. I am Gimba Umar. Tonight, former Lagos State Governor and national leader of the All Progressives Congress, Bola Tinubu, asked federal government to stop plans to increase value-added tax. Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, set to declare results of Adamawa state governorship election after the conduct of supplementary elections in 44 polling units. Women in River State staged peaceful protest to demand lasting solution to delay in collation of state governorship election results. And British lawmakers prepare for another round of voting in Prime Minister May's Brexit plan on Friday.
On business news tonight, the Nigerian Stock Exchange narrowly shakes off losing streak with a marginal 0.01%.
On sports news tonight, Manchester United confirmed the appointment of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer as their permanent manager on a 3-year contract.
Federal High Court orders arrest and trial of leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, on charges of alleged treasonable felony in his absence.
Call it a timely intervention and you may not be wrong. Today, the former governor of Lagos State and national leader of the ruling All Progressives Congress, Senator Bola Tinubu, pleaded with the federal government to rethink the idea of increasing value-added tax in the country. Senator Tinubu was speaking at the 11th Bola Tinubu colloquium held in his honor in Abuja. The Vice President, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, who represented President Muhammadu Buhari at the occasion, says that the next level of the APC administration is about the people of Nigeria. Our correspondent Ibrahim Adra reports.
The turnout is impressive, just as the quality of guests led by Vice President Yemi Osinbajo attests to the caliber of the celebrant. It's the 11th edition of the Bola Tinubu Colloquium, a platform used for socio-political and economic discourse. With the theme Next Level, Work for the People, participants talked about industrialization, power, agriculture and the creative sector. They point to what must be done to build on foundation they say have been laid by the Buhari administration.
To come give his remarks.
Vice President Yemi Osinbajo, accompanied by wife Dolapo, is representing the president. He holds the Asiwaju in high esteem.
So every once in a while, I think that history gives us one or two persons who are gifted transformative leaders. And I believe that our country has been gifted by this great transformative leader, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. I believe
Vice President Osinbajo also seizes the moment to speak on what the next level means for Nigerians.
the next level promises to be exciting. It promises to be as challenging as possibly where we're coming from. But as the president has said repeatedly, we have no other focus, we have no other commitment but the progress of this country. And we will ensure that step by step we get to where it is that we promise the country that we're taking the country to.
Glasses were raised in honor of the former Lagos State governor and political bigwig. Tinubu is full of gratitude to all. In his remarks, he is clear about his support for the Buhari-led government in implementing its change agenda.
I believe the second Buhari administration will work to increase electricity generation. I've heard that. Transmission and distribution by more than 50% within the next 4 years. The PDP administration shared out generation and distribution, leaving transmission in carcass without deeply thinking and evaluating the impacts and consequences of the privatization. Please, let's revisit that privatization. Put experts together. It's not a pork chop. It's not a birthday cake.
He, however, differs on the suggestion of increasing VAT.
This is where I will stop and appeal to Professor Yemi Osinbajo, the Vice President, and his team put a huge question mark on any increase on VAT. Please, if we reduce the purchasing power of the people, we can further slow down the economy. Let's widen the tax net. Those who are not paying now, if it is inclusive of Bola Tinubu, let the net get bigger and we take in more taxes, and that is what we must do in the country instead of additional layer of taxes.
He believes the country requires serious and bold reforms.
We must amend our basic ideas about the economy. We must divorce ourselves from our fixation with the GDP, all those rates and similar statistics. These things were initially intended to be indicators, suggestive measurements.
Meanwhile, there was a cake designed with his trademark cap on top, while glasses continued to click. From the International Conference Center in Abuja, Ibrahim Adra, Channels Television News.
The collation of results in the Adamawa State Governorship supplementary elections is on the way. The election becomes necessary following the decision of the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, to declare the governorship elections held on March the 9th inconclusive. The supplementary elections was conducted in 44 polling units.
It is an unfinished business for these officials of the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, who are back on the field to conduct a supplementary election across 14 local government areas of Adamawa State. Electorate wait in line to cast their vote as security operatives watch closely. Now, 40,988 voters. 44 polling units, 28 registration areas are the key numbers determining the spillover of the March 9 governorship election. At the Zabama polling unit in Newman local government area, voters say the conduct of the exercise has been peaceful.
The elections is going on without any rancor or any crisis. The security arrangement is wonderful. Honestly, we thank INEC for this wonderful preparation because all the securities are all over the place. You can see there's no any crisis. People are going about doing their normal and legitimate duty.
From the time I came here, I observed that both the environment and the people who are voting, they are really doing what they're supposed to do. Everywhere is peaceful.
For the electoral umpire, the entire process must come to an end with a decision, and this is despite litigation and allegations from some political parties.
Our plan is for them to really arrive here before sunset, and everything is going according to plan, and election has been peaceful, people have been orderly, our staff have been professional, and voters have been not very coming out there, but the turnout is a bit low, but they have been also behaving well, and so we are going to wait, and as soon as the time for the coalition starts, we will let you know.
There is a pending judgment due to be delivered by the Adamawa State High Court on the exclusion of the logo of the Movement for the Restoration and Defense of Democracy, MRDD, whose candidate is seeking cancellation of the election.
For more on the collation of the governorship elections in Adamawa State, we're now being joined by our correspondent Pius Agbo, who is in Yola. Pius, what more do we know about the collation, which we understand is right now on the way? What more do you know?
Thank you, Gimba. When the collation center here in Yola, Adamawa State, opened a little minute past 8 o'clock, about 11 local governments had come in with their results, waiting for presentation before the returning officer, Professor Andrew Haruna. As we speak, over 9 local governments have so far presented their results, and we are waiting for more details and more local government to bring in their results for this process to be concluded. I have joining me now a resident electoral commissioner for Adamawa State. Good evening and welcome to the program.
Thank you, Pius. It's my pleasure to be here.
Okay, can you run us through quickly what exactly is going on at the collation center here in Adamawa State?
Well, what is going on right now is that results for 10 local governments have been successfully collated. And right now, the returning officer is receiving the report or the results of the 11th local government area. And the remaining 3 are also on ground. So that is the position right now. So, and the exercise is going smoothly, and party agents are all seated. Media, local and international observers are all here. Members of the security agencies are also seated. Everything is going on smoothly, peacefully, and orderly at the same time.
Can you confirm that this process of returning a winner for Adamawa State will happen this evening?
Well, as you know, this exercise is fully under the control of the returning officer. He is right now on the driver's seat. But from all indications, I strongly believe that we may not close until we make a return tonight. So that is the position.
Okay. When you monitor the elections today, what are the key things that have changed positively that you want to think INEC would improve on?
Well, the key thing is that first and foremost is very peaceful and very successful election. And security agencies were very professional, just like they did in the presidential and governorship election. And stakeholders are also very orderly. Surprisingly, the political parties are also very cooperative and supportive. And if what they did today had been done in the previous election, this inconclusive election may not actually have taken place. So the lesson to be gotten from what happened today is that we should try to ensure that we do things in an orderly way according to the rule of law. And to also ensure that we learn lessons from what happened also. Actually, we did learn lessons from all the supplementary elections that took place before our own. And we hope the same lessons will also be gotten for future exercises.
Okay, thank you very much for joining us on the program. Well, you've heard from the resident electoral commissioner in Adamawa State. We're here at the State Collation Center. Ongoing right now is the 10th local government, and then the 3 outstanding local government to complete the 14 local government are already within the premises of the Collation Center. Before we went into the supplementary elections in Adamawa State, the leading party had over 32,000 lead margin over the second runner-up, and there were 40,000 registered voters in the 44 polling units where elections held in 14 local government today. So we are expecting that, given the experiences from other states that supplementary elections held, and these results are coming in very easily and fast, before the dawn or the break of dawn, the results for the Adamawa State governorship elections should be concluded, a winner returned, and the people of Adamawa cross through with a next governor. From Yola, the Adamawa State capital, Pius Angbo reporting for Channels Television News.
Brilliant, thanks indeed, Pius. In part 2, after the break, Court of Appeal affirms selection of Kayode Fayemi as Governor of Ekiti State, dismisses appeal by candidate of the PDP, Olushola Eleka. Join us again.